Yeah, it does seem like a bit of a make or break pick.
Yeah, it's not like other picks where it's like, well, okay, I think we're okay at this map, and I think my opponent is good. No, this one you have to know that you're solid at this map, or you're going to stay away from it just because of the way that the SVs are and the way that the map is constructed.
Can I just point out, I think it's how funny it is that Spoon Guy picked this in fled. He picked this and tagged out with Roker. Good guy, Spoon Guy.
DJ Nightmare seems to be faltering here. I'm not sure if I'm having issues with client here, but he's down to a 92% on my end.
Same for me.
Yep, same here.
Oh, I'm sorry, no, for me he's actually at 91.
Yeah, he's falling.
Yeah, but Brock as well is having the same issues. Lead is really short though.
Bit, but he's not that bad. He's still hovering at like 95.5, which isn't too bad. He just dropped down to 94, so.
Overall rainbow accuracy seems to be key here because we've got 4 players hovering in the 97% area, and despite Singapore having a 2% disadvantage compared to Roko and DJ Nightmare, the score cap is in their favor.
Yeah, I did notice that Singapore had shaken the lead here.
Yeah, but they had the difference between Nader Rubin and Queft. Like Nader Rubin is 98.01, Daniel Rocks is 98.64. So this.
Yeah, but I think the point here is that Singapore getting more rainbows.
Yeah, the rainbows are a thing, but the accuracy factor is almost equal between both teams. And it seems like Brazil already took the lead again.
Yeah, it does look like they took the lead back, but they do have a few misses from Rogo coming out here. But they do seem to be being off by DJ Nightmare missing as well, so I don't think they took their lead too much.
That is the thing here, DJ Nightmare is struggling a bit with this section.
Oh, missing from everyone except for, everyone. And yeah, as we approach the end of the map, I believe this is gonna be a point for Brazil. Yeah, there we go. Like,
the
quite a bit actually. Around 50k.
The lead actually started thinning out a little bit. It was a little larger, but yeah, definitely some problems with DJ Nightmare there. Really low accuracy. The only player to not get an S rank on the map there. And actually, another little interesting note there. Look at Roko. Actually had less rainbows than regular 300s there.
I think that's the first time we've seen that.
It's not the first time we've seen that. We saw that quite often, especially in the Philippines match.
I've never noticed it.
Big difference actually, like 500 difference. Really big ones.
Well, we now need our obligatory Starlog pick, and that's not what we're going to get. We're going to get Satori Third Eye.
I don't remember seeing this map a lot.
Yeah, this is only the second map here. And I think Roko might be leaving just for a moment here, and I'm wondering if it has to do with the fact that they play with disabled hit sounds, because this is key sounded, and you need to be able to hear something.
That would be cool, playing without hearing anything. But I'm not following anything. That's the thing. The true Mania player. doesn't need to follow the music.
Excuse me, sir?
That's not how it works, right?
It works that way for some people.
I don't know how people play without headphones. I mean, I cannot. At least the default one. I need something.
Them be fighting words there. It's like only real Mania players play without them. Mic drop. Bam. Well, with that being said, we're going to get off Satori Third Eyes underway here. 4-2 advantage for Brazil. We're getting closer and closer to ending this match.
I am wondering, and I just wonder, now that I think about it, when we're waiting for the players to start the map, there's like a GIF or something like that, like spinning. Why it's yellow, blue, or red, depending on the player.
I'm not seeing that.
Pay attention to it in the next one.
Where is it located?
Cool. In the center of each of the screens when they are loading the map.
Huh.
Oh god.
Wow, look at the gap here. Actually very close. Only about 7,000 points separating the two teams at the moment. It's still in favor of Singapore. And we're starting to get some more rigid patterns here, and it looks like the lead is growing slightly in favor of Singapore. Getting some client drops here. It's hard to see how much the lead is, but it does seem like regardless, it is in favor of Singapore.
I don't know. Keystone just killed my computer.
Oh jeez.
Literally.
Blame Kamikaze and Starry.
Yeah, please. No more Keystone.
Nice, that's going to be one for Singapore.
Yep, 138,000 point victory. So very decisive win by Singapore, actually. And now the score 4-3. We're starting to run out of maps here to select. More than half of the map pool, available map pool being picked here, and it's going to start getting interesting now. And the obligatory pick has emerged. Starlog has just been selected.
Yay. That sounded like a really boring yay, yeah?
Yay.
I don't know, I feel like... I think we saw Starlog in every single match. I'm not sure about it.
Yep.
Wow.
One of 3 songs that we've seen in every match. It's Apollon has been picked every match. Squartatrice has been picked every match. Starlog has been picked every match. And then a very close second, Oceanus has been picked in all but 1 match. So 5 out of 6 matches, and a match that it was not picked in, it was not banned either. So very favorable picks, for sure.
Alright, well, let's see what happened. Wait, what's the score? 4-3, right?
4-3.
Yeah,
Yep,
the
in
match
favor of
score is
Brazil.
4-3.
I don't know, for a
SV
second I thought,
changes.
yeah, I don't know, but I thought for a second that, Brazil was at 5.
The reduced SVs caught every single player, I think.
I don't know. The only thing that I can tell about this match is like everyone is having accuracy issues. But Daniel Ross and Native Rubin, I think, is the only one holding 99%. Like,
Yeah,
this is a
Ross.
map that you don't really want to ban, but you don't really want to play usually.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, like, people really support this map.
Yeah,
it's a good weapon against a team that you think that you cannot outbeat in terms of consistency, because this is a map that is so easy to miss. But even with that, I don't really know if this is a pick that every team wants to play no matter what.
Well, every team has played it.
Yeah, true.
Not every team has played it out of their own volition, though. Only half of those teams.
There could be more. There could be some that we're wanting to pick it and get round to it.
Fair enough, fair enough. Very minimal score gap between Brazil and Singapore here. Evening finally dropping his combo. DJ Nightmare having a little bit of issues here, but the lead remains in favor of Singapore. Only a couple thousand points.
Yeah, Major Rubin and Kawaf missing here. That's probably the main reason, because Singapore is still holding the lead. Another miss from Nate and DJ Nightmare. Daniel Rock still holding strong. Oh, I think he missed it. I'm not really sure if it is flying lag or not.
So halfway through, and does look like Singapore does have the lead here. Though for how long is the question? Brazil aren't actually too far behind.
This might be again a comeback, like we saw in Poland against Philippines.
Yeah, and DJ Nightmare's been having a little bit of trouble not only getting through the SVs unscathed, but also having some issues with releasing the long notes properly when the map gets a bit more intense, and the lead has shifted back to Brazil.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
he's jumping
just, I
back
mean,
and forth.
it's flickering a little bit there.
Yeah,
I mean,
back
look
and
at back to
forth.
Singapore.
The lead is
This
not
is-
stable.
No. I mean, we're still just over a quarter of the map, so the lead isn't exactly safe right now, but if Singapore can at least just keep the momentum going, they should be able to keep this.
Whoa, Daniel Rock's completely nailing the jacks on that section. Really good move by him.
Yeah, really solid job.
He's got
Brazil's still hot on their
6,000
tail.
points. 6,000
Yeah.
points.
There is still one section when everything can still happen, but if all the players maintain this performance, they should be able to take it. I mean, the Singapore team should be able to take it. But another miss from Nate Rubin and Nadie and Rocks again, calling the things. Rocco as well. And I think this is going to be a Singapore point because of the amount of misses that Brazilian teams are making on these sections.
Compared to previous sections, DJ Nightmare stepping it up a little bit and hitting those shields, and the score gap is staying relatively constant here.
I love how those notes just appear out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen this 6 times today, and every time I'm like, whoa, okay. Every time it gets to me.
Still some sequences along notes here, but the lead is remaining unchanged. Singapore doing a good job holding on here, though they're getting some drops now.
Yeah, not going to be enough, I think.
Just short. Really close match.
Oh wow,
given the length
this is
of
really
song.
close. It ended up being really close. I wasn't expecting it. Like, I was really sure that Singapore had like a 20,000 lead, but it's just 10,000.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
But yeah.
decided by a very small margin here.
That's a tie. 4-4. Tiebreaker hype.
Maybe. And yeah, guys, noteworthy here. It was 3-1. Okay. So, I mean, definitely a great turnaround here.
Of course it is. I mean, of course it is. There's nothing more that we can say about it. Again, look at Rocco's 300 count.
Yeah, yet another situation where Rocco gets less rainbows than regular 300s there, and that's gotta be hurting a little bit.
Yeah, by a lot as well. Even also having issues with 300 count. It has like 1-1, but Rocco had like 1.05, something like that. 0.7 maybe.
To be picked, assuming that the score can go 5-5 here. So
yeah,
this time?
that's 5-5 and it goes
Speaking
to
of-
tiebreaker.
Who's picking now? I don't remember.
Singapore.
Oh,
See,
okay,
they can-
so
Yeah, they've got Crow, Solus, Vivace,
Vivace. They have to go
Yeah.
for Vivace, I think.
Garu Tensei, and Suna.
Gyro Tensei is not banned? I think it was
Not
banned.
no, it is not. It is
Oh.
not banned.
Oh,
We've got
wow.
2 technical picks and 2
Gyro
speed
Tensei.
picks.
They have to go for Gyro Tensei or Vivace, one of those.
Yeah,
Gyro
and
Tensei
you
might
best-
be a little bit risky.
You best believe that the response to that Garyu Tensei pick is going to be either Crow Solids or Chirno. I basically, these picks are polarized to each other's team here.
Yeah, and I think the tiebreaker favors Brazil.
Yeah, definitely.
When it comes to stamina, speed, overall core streaming, I think Brazil has a really good advantage.
Let's see what goes on here. You would definitely expect Singapore to be picking either Vivace or Garyu Tensei, but Garyu Tensei is a pretty rigid map, so it comes with a lot of risk, and they might opt into trying to beat them out on Chirno, because
Yeah.
Chirno's a bit more demanding in terms of chords. So it is possible to see a Chirno pick from Singapore, though I expect it much more from the Brazil side.
No, because Vivace seems like something that is not risky, really safe, and maybe too much safe. And if you go for Gyro Tensei, it might be too much risk. Like there are two extremes.
Yeah, you talk about 2 different extremes that both really implicate a lot of risk. I mean, we've mentioned this before in the past, and I think it's worth mentioning again. Uchoten Vivace is very, very short. So either team making a mistake, it is fatal. It will be fatal. There's not time to really recover from a large score gap here. It's one of the shortest maps in the pool.
Yeah, I mean, once you miss, there's no turning back there. You have to keep that up for just 2 minutes. Yeah, they have the advantage when it comes to those kind of maps, like Longno-ish style, maybe something like Auto Jam-ish. But even with that, you have to think well. They might take some time to select this one.
Yeah, this is a very crucial pick because it is their last pick.
I really hope they go Garu Tensei. I mean, they're probably not going to, but I really want them to.
I will go for Vivace instead. I mean, Gyro Tensei is really fast, 200 BPM is maybe too much for the Singapore team, and Brazil is good handling high speeds. The main factor of that map is the long node density, but that's the only thing actually that might give Singapore an advantage. So I will go for Vivace.
Yeah, Singapore taking their time on their pick, and rightfully so, because again, their last chance to make a dent in the score here and make it 5-4. I mean, they're definitely in a tricky situation here because they don't get to pick anymore after this, and Brazil's gonna have an advantage, so they've got to make sure that they pick the right song so that they don't pin themselves in a corner on Brazil's pick.
Yeah, as you can say, it's not really their last chance, but
Yeah, but if they
they'll
don't
still
win this
really
one,
want to take this one.
the pressure that will have in their arms, like will be So big.
Cherno.
And they are going with Cherno RHTL. This is a dangerous pick against the Brazil team.
Oh, well, I will just say one thing. Poland tried this and it didn't work.
Well, we'll see if it'll work this time then.
Yeah, this is Singapore's final pick, their final pick for the tournament. So hopefully they win it, because Brazil's gonna have their pick coming up in what will either be a 5-4 that puts them against the wall in their own pick, or if they win this, they'll have a substantial advantage at being on match point with their own pick here. This is a very, very important win for both teams.
I'm pretty hyped for this. I mean, I don't think this would actually be this close.
I thought this was probably the closest match of all the matches we had. And I say that when we was talking about the match remaining, I was like, oh, I almost forgot about Singapore and Brazil. And yeah, here you have 4-4.
I was really happy to see Poland and Philippines go 6-4, because that was the match I was definitely calling to be close, and it ended up being close, which is good.
Yeah, but I was expecting something not as close as this is. Like, I was expecting something like a 6-2 or 6-3, but this is 4-4 and still tie-breaking potential. But so far, this is not a great start for the Singapore side, I think. Might be climbing on that though, because there are really low accuracies on the board.
Yeah, Singapore's actually in the lead for my tournament playing here. Not by much though. It's very short. QF having some accuracy issues there. Still holding combo, but the accuracy's falling a little bit. They're having trouble stabilizing, and it's going to help build the Singapore lead a little bit more.
Definitely. Everything is going incredibly well.
Yeah, going ham, beating the Brazil's best player at the moment by a full percentage point, and still going full. It looks like it's near a full combo there. And if there were any time to want to perform well, it's definitely now. Singapore really needs to win on their own pick to make sure that they don't put their backs against the wall on Brazil's pick. Right now, they've got a lead by about 40,000. This is very close.
I mean, they're still halfway, so...
Yeah, and the chart definitely picks up in terms of rigidity, too. So we could start seeing a little bit more frequent combo breaks here. Brazil might be right on their heels once they hit the next part of the song.
Yeah, this is the time where Brazil can catch up the score of Singapore.
Well, the person made the opening kickboard, they're not going to help.
Yeah, that's true. I was expecting a miss from the Singapore side. It seems like everything is the one breaking, but DJ Nightmare is holding a really strong combo. Daniel Ross as well.
Really, really good time to be really throttling themselves here. They're pushing hard, and this is a good time to do it.
You go, about 60k here. Don't know if it's still are, but looks like they might be.
Yeah, about 60,000 points here, and they're down to the last fourth of the map. It gets a little bit heavy here, but there's not a lot of map left. One of the Singapore players is going to have to tank pretty hard, with the rest of the Brazil team going really strong in order for that lead to shrink. DJ Nightmare holding a huge combo before dropping. That was impressive.
Yeah, that was a really good performance with DJ Nightmare. But the lead
getting
still
a little
not really that
tired.
big. No, the lead is big enough. They don't have time to recover.
Yeah. DJ Nightmare was killing it there.
It seems to be a good pick for Singapore. Taking the win there.
Turning out to work perfectly well for the Singapore team, which is leading 5-4. First time that Singapore is leading in this match.
Yeah, very, very noteworthy to point that out here. They were down 3-1 earlier in this match, and now they are up 5-4. And Brazil now having to make a very, very important decision with only 3 songs remaining to pick in this pool. And they need to determine whether or not their pick is going to be a valid one against the Singapore team, who seems to be on a morale high right now, absolutely slaying many of the picks here. And this pick is going to propel them to the tiebreaker, or they are out.
That is absolutely important. The morale boost that Singapore has right now is really, really crucial. Let's see if Brazil managed to recover from this, because they haven't won a single map in the last 3 ones.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Brazil's going to respond with brute force and go with Pro Solace here. I wonder how that would work.
Was End Time banned?
End Time was banned. Pro Solace has not been banned. It has not been picked yet either.
I'm not sure. This decision is just so difficult to make. Like, being the captain of Brazil right now is probably one thing that you don't really want to do. A really important decision.
Definitely scary too, because if any of the Brazil players were paying attention at all to how well DJ Nightmare was doing at the end of Cherno, a speed pick might not be a good idea right now, because DJ Nightmare seems to be hauling really well.
Yeah, DJ Nightmare is definitely in the best move that he can ever be, scoring an incredible combo in the last map. I am actually thinking about Gario Tensei as a pick here.
Yeah, it'll be decided in that midsection.
Like, they have Vivace, Gario Tensei, and what was the other one?
The other one is Crow Solace, which is a brute force speed pick. Lots of really fast streams. I can see all 3 songs being viable picks here. I think Uchota and Vivace is the riskiest of the picks because of how short it is. One mistake and you are done for. Crow Solace is a tough pick too because it's so fast. And you've got to really rely on your whole team hanging on to that speed. Otherwise, it's hopeless.
Yeah, also seeing DJ Nightmare performing well in the last speed map makes it a little bit harder to make that decision.
So either way you look at it, it's definitely a hard pick, each with its own risk.
Yeah, despite what is your advantage, every single pick is risky now. This is the point when you have to make the decision, even though you're not comfortable with any of the maps. You just have 3 options, you have to pick one, and hopefully bring this to a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or just go large and go Gario Tensei.
Well, Gario Tensei will be really good because we didn't see that one. It would be cool to see that one on a stream.
Oh, we could still also see it tomorrow.
True.
We've still got 2 matches left. Oh yes, while we're talking about that, there are actually 2 more matches tomorrow. The first one will be USA versus Japan. The second one will be Philippines versus whoever wins here. Which means that after this match, there is not a map for showcase. That will be tomorrow. And yeah, we're gonna go with Vivace.
Vivace. That is, again, probably the most dangerous of the picks, especially against the Singapore team, who is riding on a high right now.
This is a really weird decision by Brazil, but we don't really know. Maybe some kind of secret tactics by the Brazilians. Actually, preparing this pick all the week, I don't really know. But this was definitely the one which I would never pick of the 3 options.
See, here's the thing though. The Brazilian team might have been paying a little bit of attention to how DJ Nightmare performed on 10,000 tons of anonymous letters, because DJ Nightmare faltered badly. Oh, and DJ Nightmare's being switched out!
Oh,
Oh, they
That
just
makes a lot of
countered that
sense.
choice, and that is a
Yes.
brilliant move by the Singapore team.
Now the thing is, how good it will work. Who is going to replace Z9?
Alright.
Fairly.
Oh,
See it in chat. Come on, Juan.
what?
It's in chat.
He's been having trouble seeing the chat, Mr. Deadwood.
Oh, we're grumpy.
Oh, okay. I cannot see the chat, sorry.
Yeah, so they're swapping DJ Nightmare with Paralyte. I'm not 100% sure on the pronunciation there, but there they are. And that's a very good move on their part after how DJ Nightmare performed on 10,000 Tons of Anonymous Letters, which is a longer-oriented map. Long with some SVs, but the point being, DJ Nightmare was well below everybody else in there. So, very wise decision.
The mind games are so real in this match.
And as abruptly as Singapore turned this match around, it can be over in the next 2 minutes here because this is the shortest song in the pool at 1 minute and 53, if I remember correctly.
It's all in Nate Rubin's hands. I mean, he is the one who needs to perform really well on this one in order to make a difference between Daniel Rocks or Evening, probably the ones who's going to be the top score of the Singapore sides. Let's see if Watts and Rocco can keep up that performance as well.
Elgin,
Yes, sir.
you're wrong.
I was wrong.
You are wrong.
About what?
The link to this map.
I'm sorry?
Your
Oh.
It's not 155. It's not
I was short
155.
by a second. It's
Sure.
154 drain time. No, the drain time's 154. I was off by 1 second. Get high,
I look
with
at
your
link.
feet.
I look at the length, not the drain time.
Okay, so seems like the client has issues with Nate Rubin here. I mean, I cannot believe that he's at 93%. Yeah, there we go.
His score recovered for a moment, and when his score was recovered, Brazil was in the lead, and it was very brief. It was a very short lead, so we're gonna have to wait to see when what the score difference is when Nate Rubin's score comes back. And it seems like it might have, and Singapore's got a tiny lead.
That being said,
Evening
this
is the
is
one
a-
having the issues.
I think at this point, no matter what your lead is, it's a lead. And you can be happy with that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it is big or short. You just have to keep that lead up.
Hard to get an accurate read on what the scores actually are because Nathan Rubin's definitely having some lagging issues that are affecting the client here.
I'm not really sure about that. I'm not be surprised if he's still in the 98%.
I had him at like 94 over here.
Well, here he's at 97.5 and he's going more down.
Players are faltering here. The score gap is dropping. Evening, Paralyt, Daniel Rocks, all dropping combo there. The score gap is narrowing a little bit. It's getting got to around 30,000 here.
I think
There's not enough
Singapore
time.
has this one.
Alright,
Yes.
and that is going to be it. But who did it go to?
Yeah, still waiting for the MP link to update here to give a final result here.
Not
And
really sure
Rocco
about
is
what-
missing.
I think that was a win by Singapore, but not really sure about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it was a win for Singapore. I really can't tell.
I'm literally not seeing anyone in the multiplayer room.
No, I'm seeing everyone there, but there's just no. I don't know what the score was.
I don't either. It looked like it was slightly in favor for Singapore, but it was a little hard to tell there with Rocco dropping out.
I think all we can do right now is wait for
Yeah, we have to wait for confirmation.
staff toss.
Oh, this is a really intense situation for Brazil. I don't know, I don't like to see a tiebreaker, but
I think everyone would like to see the tiebreaker.
I mean, it's already a lot to see 2 times in a row a 6-4 in Mania. That's not something that you see often.
Yeah, you get denied the tiebreaker twice, so close and yet so far.
I don't know, seems like there are disconnections on the multiplayer game. I'm not really sure what is going on.
Guys are still waiting on confirmation as to what the scores are for the submissions. We're trying to figure out what the final scores are. Still nothing yet.
Yeah, I'm still like refreshing the page and nothing happened. It seems like Daniel Rocks left the match. I'm not really sure if he's admitted or not.
Yeah, it's not Daniel Rocks that was the issue. I don't. This is killing me. I want to know if we're going to a tiebreaker or Singapore 1.
Yeah, I mean everything wants to see that. Everyone.
I'm wondering if we're gonna get a potential mulligan here.
I mean, it might be redone. The other option.
Oh, I think there it is. I have 4 scores already. And Brazil won with 37,000 points. I'm not really sure about it.
It's a tie.
What?
What?
Wait.
Gripchan has spoken.
Wait. So they're
What?
giving the point to Brazil.
What? I'm not understanding what is going on. I think Daniel Rocks and Rocco didn't submit, so that makes Brazil taking the advantage for 37,000 points. I'm correct?
Well, we're trying to still get some information here.
But lots of saying Singapore wins.
The MP link is not showing the score.
For me, it's already showing 2 Brazilians and 2 Singaporeans. I'm not sure.
And Evening's trying to show that they did get a score submission there, and that he got auto disconnected. So we're trying to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, Dave was saying that Reed won as well. It looks like this might actually be a... Yep. Singapore takes it 6-4.
And there's the official confirmation, and Singapore will be moving on to the second stage of the semifinals losers bracket.
Okay, so let's have a look at tomorrow's schedule while everyone yes, we'll have a bit of downtime now. Tomorrow's schedule, looks to be tomorrow at 5 AM UTC. We will have Japan versus the United States. And then at 1 PM UTC, we will have Singapore versus the Philippines.
There we go.
The Singapore-Philippines game, we will have our last and final map pool showcase for the Mania World Cup Semi 2016.
I am legitimately terrified.
I am legitimately looking forward to seeing what fresh hell the map selectors have for us.
I don't know. I just think that the ones playtesting the maps will suffer.
Oh yeah, they'll suffer.
Like a
They
lot.
will be suffering. Like, let's have a look at this. We had a telling correct job. Then we had Igor. Then we had It Only Gets Worse. What's coming up next?
No idea.
It starts off worse. Get a...
What a shame. 2 matches, 6-4. So close to seeing the tiebreaker twice, but not getting to crack it. That's unfortunate.
That's not fair.
I mean, the matches themselves were really good.
Yeah, those matches were great. Philippines and Poland and Brazil and Singapore, 2 fantastic matches to round out today's lineup. Very, very well done by both teams for sure.
It is a shame that both Brazil and Poland are now actually out. Because this is lower bracket. They're gone.
Yeah, their tournament days are over. And those who won still haven't even cemented their way yet.
But I mean, like, it was a really impressive performance from all 4 teams, so...
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, that will be us for today. I guess we'll be wrapping this up here. Again, we'll be back tomorrow at 5 AM UTC for Japan vs United States, and then back again at 1 PM UTC for Singapore vs Poland. If you guys need to check any of the information out, don't forget it's all available on the wiki. And if you want to support your team, it's never too late to buy yourself a banner. Just head on over to the store and pick yourself one up. They're pretty cool. You guys have anything to say before we end this?
Just fantastic jobs to all of the teams who've made it this far. I mean, some really impressive performances in all of the matches thus far, and it's gonna be great to actually see them once they're actually uploaded. So I'm really, it's really great job for all of these teams.
If you want to know what map was most banned, wait till tomorrow. I'll let you guys know then, because there's still 2 more matches to go. So. Anyway, with that done, we will be off, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone, and have a pleasant day, night, or whatever time of the day it is for you. Enjoy your dinner.